Off boys room. Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Two Friends Eat. I'm Giuseppe, and this is Two Friends Eat Gaming. We are doing episode 5 of the Minecraft Bedrock RealismCraft Survival Series. And yesterday we ended with finding a cave that we're going to explore. We had some diamonds that we found. Going to be checking out some of the more niche items in this pack. Before we go any further, we're going to go ahead and just go over the stuff that we are using in our realm here. Hey, Met Civic, welcome to the realm. Gonna go ahead and look, like we've got some people on the stream here. Cool. All right, so let's log in and see how we're doing. But yeah, so gonna go ahead and check out the cave that we found. We also had a good amount of diamonds we had set aside that we're gonna come back and collect with the what's the word I'm looking for? With Fortune 3 eventually. Today's not gonna be a very long stream. We've been trying to keep it chill. Hour and a half. But we're gonna have a good time. Thank you for swinging by, Mehmet Sevik. But what we're gonna do is like what we usually do. All of our streams, we're gonna go through all the packs. If you like what you see, you can follow through. We're gonna go to settings. If we go down here to resource packs, you'll see that we have the Realism Craft pack. Hey Philippe, welcome back, dude. We got the Minecraft movie pack. Got the Naturalist for extra animals. We have realm management tool for resources. That way myself, Johnny can monitor the game. Triumphs and trophies to add a nice flair to achievements. Trading helper so we can see all the trades for the villagers. brewing guide so we can see what we can brew from the UI of the brewing stand. Realistic biomes for extra particles to make it look cool. Stuff like tumbleweeds in jungles and in deserts and stuff like that. Gravestone for packs. And the RPG skills, so that way we can like level up our characters. I think I heard someone join. Hey, is this Jinx? Hi, Jinx. So, everyone, this is Jinx. She's one of our fellow streamers. Please do. No, pretty much it was like a situation where it's like, it's not my place to say. If she's gonna tell you, I'll let her tell you. Sorry to hear that. Can't say what. Because she walked in? Yeah. Oh, wow. That's awful. I'm so sorry you had to do it. That's awful. Sorry you had to deal with that. Why would any... With it out. With it out. Was talking to you with it out. I don't know why people like that. Well, Jinx, if you want, we have our friend Toxic who swings by and says that if you want a girl, friend or someone to talk to that, that's not a dude. Sorry. Not you. Let me fix it. Hold on.
I'm like, it's, real unfortunate. And I'm sorry, you had to be the one to bear that. But
Dude, it was
he
so. I
he
was
he
so
gets more
confused
off
at
from the
first.
thrill of ruining some stranger's day in life.
No, because here's the
And
thing. I thought it was a dog at first. I thought it was. I thought it was a dog's tail at first, and then I really looked, and I was like, oh, no, I'm okay. And then as soon as I said no, thank you, he drove away like nothing happened. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, ugh. I was so mad, and then I was like, dude, I just want to hurry up and get picked up and just drink. Like, I just want to forget that it happened.
Well, Jinx Toxic says that she's here for you if you want to talk to her on a separate chat in the Discord.
That shit was so weird, bro. There were so many different things that he could have done too. Like that could have went so much worse than what it did, and that's the thing that sucks.
did you do you know if you were able to get any ring footage from?
That person never answered me, so I don't know.
Did you let the police know?
There wasn't really much I could give him apart from a black car. Like I couldn't give. I couldn't.
Yeah, but
I don't know what he looks like. Nothing. And then my mom put the information on the on an app so that people can watch out for their kids and stuff. So
yeah, but police just being aware that an occurrence has happened is like enough is good enough information for them to like make sure to have a presence, because then they can keep an eye out for suspicious activity in black cars and stuff, because
this shit was just so like. Look, I've had really bad shit happen to me, worse than that. But I would have never thought some random dude was gonna pull up and do that shit.
Pervs are gonna perv. Pervs are gonna perv.
I was already having a long day, dude.
Yeah.
I was so tired. I didn't want to go anywhere. But I was like, well, I'm meeting him, so I suppose it's worth it. And then that happens, and I was just like, dude. And then I got like extremely drunk.
Are you reading the chat? Because you got people, you got Toxic trying to comfort you. And
I can't see it. It's so blurred. Oh, never mind. I can see it now.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, like you said, yeah, pervs are gonna perv. I mean, they're everywhere. It's always surprised that you don't think it's gonna happen in your area until it happens. But like it does happen. Me and my buddy Ev had to, like I was telling you, me and him had to nearly fight somebody for the same reason, because he was beating himself off in front of my house, and I was like, we're gonna stop this right now.
Well, like I told you, I was like, I've had people come up to me and, ask if I was okay. Like, last time I was waiting outside for him, I had a nice lady ask if I needed another jacket, getting my social bubble more expanded. That just made me want to close it entirely. Like, that's why I don't talk to random people. That's why I don't make in-person friends, because I always feel like something's going to happen, and it did happen yesterday. And that's what makes me want to talk to people.
But don't let that be the fear, because that's someone who, that's like a real creep stranger. Like, it's one thing to meet somebody just out and about, having a conversation with somebody at a coffee shop or at Walmart.
Somebody could be so innocent from one conversation, and then the next something happens to you, and you're like, I didn't see this coming because I thought they were innocent. I can't read people like that. I don't have that ability anymore.
Well, that's honestly, that's kind of hard for everybody, though. But you also can't assume there's more good people than bad people out there. There are plenty of bad people. Don't get me wrong. They're the loudest, and they make themselves the most well known. But there are so many people that you shouldn't be afraid, and don't live your life afraid to meet and talk to people. But they'll make their character known. Just don't talk to creepy people that park behind bushes. That just don't, but that would be a situation where don't make a new friend. Make a friend that helps pick something up that you drop at the grocery store, and helps pick something up. Then be nice to that person.
Here, so let's get out of the depressing stuff. I got some news, guys.
What's the news? You got a computer?
Okay. No. No. But, so, we hung out yesterday, right? And I needed a drink so bad because of everything that happened. So, I drank, he drank with me. I got more drunk than he did, obviously, because he had to drive home. And my emotions got the best of me, and I started talking about a plan. Like, I come back for a week and show him what I will do whenever I do come back fully. And he said that he still has to talk to his parents about it, obviously, because it's their house, for obvious reasons. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. That's completely fine. You know, I'm not going to push you to talk to them or whatever. And he said he'll talk to them by the end of this month. And honestly, what I'll do is I'll probably ask him if I can go with him to talk. And then I could talk to her, his mom, face to face, and let her know that, yeah, I'm sorry that I wasn't doing anything. Even though you guys were giving me a roof over my head, I wasn't helping the house at all, and I'm so sorry for that. But this is what I'll do. So I'll talk to him about that later during the month. But hopefully, if that goes well, then I should have a computer beginning of next month. Hopefully.
Hey. Well, I'm glad you're gonna work things out, and you're kind of like, figuring out what the
Well,
cause of the stuff was.
the thing is, with my schedule that I'm running right now, is I wake up at 6, I go to school, wait for my mom to pick me up, come home, do chores, chill out, do homework, go to bed, and shower every other day. If I'm there, I get home earlier because I could just walk there. So I would wake him up, get us to school, go through the day, go home to his house, go through the door, do the dishwasher, look at the trash, whatever, and then go upstairs, chill out for a little bit, and either do homework if I have any, clean up the room, obviously, and I might have time for games, but I probably won't, not every day,
No
depending on how
worries.
bad the chores are, especially if I have to help her with dinner.
No worries. You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah. So the more that I get used to that new schedule, the easier it'll be to maneuver, be like, oh, okay, so I can do this day, and he's been working a lot, so I'll probably have a lot more free time on the weekends than I do on the weekdays. So, still trying to figure it out, and I will figure it out whenever it fully happens, and hopefully she does accept me back in that house, like I said. But if she doesn't understand that she's not, then she's never been in a real relationship, because the dude that she's with now, they've broken up 2 to 3 times now because he has a really bad drinking problem. So if she can't understand that, yes, I did mess up and that is on me, then that's not my problem. Like, that's not my fault. That's just her.
Well, you're obviously showing with actions and not just words that you're trying to get in the house.
I'm on a really good schedule right now. Like, really good. Like, apart from waking up in the morning sometimes. But I'll go to school, come back, do the dishwasher, chill out for a bit, eat something most likely, and then I just played games tonight, which really pissed me off. Yeah. And right now I'm waiting for my iPad to charge so I can do my daily writing.
Okay.
And I also told him that whenever I do come back, that's something that I'm going to continue doing, is the daily writing. So, because I feel like it's a good way to get things off my chest of what happened that day. Like if something bad happened, like yesterday, for example, or whatever, So.
Well, again, I'm glad that we're here for you, and you got obviously Cat here for you.
Yes.
Toxic is. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, I'm just still a little on about what happened yesterday, but then again, it'll blow over, obviously. But if I'm meeting him again after school or whatever, I am not going to that park ever again.
Have some.
You want to say hi?
Hi, Jinx.
Hi. Yeah, I would have came on last night, but I was a bit too drunk to even do that.
No
'Cause
worries.
he got me watching anime with him, and I'm like, ugh, fine, I'll watch it with you. Even though I'm not an anime person. But I actually like the one that we're watching now, and I don't know what it's called, so don't ask me.
Is it Attack on Titans?
Need
Is it people
torches.
eating
No.
people? You should watch that.
What, Attack
It's
on Titan? Yeah, it's like one of the best ones. Love that
it's
anime.
about
Hi,
it's
Johnny.
about this dude.
Hi, Angelina.
He was a human, and then he got attached to this ghoul, and then the ghoul died, so he had to get her organs transplanted into him. So now he's half ghoul, half human.
Is it called Tokyo Ghoul?
I think so.
Sounds like Tokyo Ghoul.
But it's pretty good from what I've seen so far. There's just one that I really want to watch, but I can't watch it because my mom's TV is a bit broken right now. But it's about this girl that could see ghosts and stuff, and she had like these guardians that protect her, but she only gets like 3 protections, and then she has to like not let the ghosts know that she could see them. So, beanies. Hi, Mr. Beanie.
Hey, I'm trying to get...
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do my writing real quick, so give me a second.
Alright, go have fun with your writing.
Oh, always do.
So what do you want, Angelina? Wow, what's up, Philippe?
Oh, she's so adorable.
Look at that, you're... Like, mm-hmm. She knows it. Alright, you ready to go, baby? Need some iron? Oh, we're using the iron for something. What for? Alright, you can have the iron, Angel. Alright, go down, let's go exploring. So, just to answer your question today, Philippe, we're going to the caves that we found. We're going to be exploring and seeing if we can find anything special, anything good. We did find an, what's it called? A trial chamber. But, you know, I want to go ahead and see if we can find anything else. Uh-oh.
You know what you should go out and find. You gotta go find Jesus.
Yes, I do need help, Angela. Getting wrecked.
I won't be on here for long because he does get off of work soon. So, because we've been calling every morning because I have to wake him up, and then every night for bed.
Call him? Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, come. I don't have any. Yes, yes, I'll give you sticks, Angel.
I need to.
Okay, you got quiet. Okay.
And I haven't been live because somebody keeps recording me, and it's pissing me off.
What's making you upset?
Okay, so I haven't been live because somebody keeps reporting me, and my live always stops, and it's really irking me.
Reporting you
Sorry,
for what?
that's me. I'm kidding, it's not me.
My age.
For your age? You're old enough to be
Yes.
streaming.
Exactly. So I don't understand what the issue is. So whenever I do get back on a computer, I'm probably just gonna have the camera face down to the keyboard because I'm not doing this.
I mean, to be fair, and I'm not saying this to be mean, you do kind of look young, so it could be somebody who's reporting you because they think you're younger than you are.
Most likely.
Doesn't excuse it, but... Baby. Oh, and I'm right back where I was. Oh, this guy. I need a shield is what I need.
And we also.
Yeah. This is with a trial chamber. have food.
Huh?
Find anything. Like, I
Okay.
need food. I'm like, I got food. What do you mean I find your stuff? You should have a map with your unalive spot, baby. Here, we found a nice big cave. Look at that. Yeah, I know. I almost got dropped in lava. There's a creeper. Oh! An underground, what do you call it? It's an underground fossil. I've never found a fossil underground. Look at this. Have you guys ever seen a
Oh my
fossil
God,
underground?
I forgot to tell
Hold
you.
on. I'll look in just a second.
So, you know how I have a PS4 and I have Minecraft on it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I hooked up my stuff and I had these two add-ons. There's this free one. It's called like, it's something with animals and it's so cute.
Fossil underground.
You get to make like little treats and stuff, and you can tame a capybara, a T-Rex, and all these other stuff, and it's so cute. And then I added the owl add-on as well, and it gives you a spawn egg whenever you spawn, and you have to do like quests and stuff for it. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I like those type of animal add-ons. The one that I have is similar. It's the naturalist one. And you can do similar stuff with other animals too. Never found a fossil in the ground like this. I always see them in the end, or the nether, I should say, like in Soul Sand Valleys. Like straight up like excavating an actual like dinosaur like remain. Cool. Especially in Deep Slate. Would have thought. Underground, baby. I'm like far, far away. Oh, and there's diamonds in it too. Okay. Careful. I think there's a situation where getting the diamonds might be the best option. Because, I don't know. Find this place. City end. Go to into the nether.
It's not the end. You're funny.
Oh, which by the way, let us know when you're able to actually play because we haven't defeated the dragon yet because we're waiting for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Whoa!
Get a keyboard and mouse.
What just happened?
Lava.
Right. So anyway.
You try to swim in lava? What?
Angelina, did you mine above me and then let the lava in? Did you mine above me and let the lava flow down in unalive Dada?
That's a lot right there. The way that she said no.
Well, I don't think you did it on purpose. I think there's some shenanigans were had. But fortunately, if I remember correctly, we do have the gravestones add-on. So with any luck, Dada stuff is in the gravestone just covered in lava. Let Dada get... It's a cave monster. Give me a minute, I'm coming right down. I have to get some buckets.
They're gonna I feel like they're gonna lock me in here.
Come in, baby, I'm coming. Just be patient. Alright, I'm on my way. Alright, don't crouch, because if you crouch, I can't find you. Okay, it can't reach you.
Yeah.
A tree underground.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That's cool. I've never seen a tree grow underground before. Oh, Angelina. Oh, I see your name tag. Zombie.
Excuse you.
Alright.
So
Here,
adorable, I
baby.
can't-
The monster.
Oh, she's just too cute. Okay. Play a little bit more games because I can.
You too.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, there's my grave. I didn't lose my stuff. Creepy. Uh-oh.
Hey, nice.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh. I'm low on health, Angelina. Can you go attack him?
Okay. I'll join the live on TikTok, but I am gonna go ahead and hop off of here. Okay.
Alright, I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty.
Later, Jinx.
Bye.
Bye.
What are you up to, Johnny?
Driving home.
Driving home? Alright, dude.
I just left, I just barely made it to and leaving Target so I could get cat food so they're not angry at me when I get back. But I'm just making my way home. I had practice tonight as well, so
How did that go?
it was okay.
Hey, that's good.
I didn't wake up for it. They had to call me and wake me up for me to get there. They're like, damn dog, like, where you at? And I was like, asleep. I mean, I was up for 32 hours.
Ah!
I,
Good job,
I got,
Angelina.
I got home after work from like working at the warehouse, then plowing last night, going straight back to the warehouse when I was done plowing. I've been literally working for like 32 straight hours. That I got home and I passed out. Not long enough though, only a couple hours. So even though I don't yet feel exhausted again because I slept a little bit, I mean, I slept 2 hours. I'm like, I know I need to sleep again.
I know, Angelina. Don't know it.
I just out.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to get my stuff on cave snake out. I didn't even know there were snakes in the cave. Oh, that's someone else, Andrew. And Angelina, when Johnny's talking, you have to wait till he stops. That was really rude, that I wasn't able to hear the end of what Johnny was saying.
I don't even know what I was saying.
You're telling me about practice, how you were coming.
Oh yeah, well I just started coming back. I'm coming back. Sorry, not from it now.
Oh, what's that? What the heck is that? What is that? These are like ore monsters. What are these things? The heck?
Wow.
Hey, Susu. I don't even know what just happened. Apparently there's monsters that pretend to be blocks of ore, and when you try to mine them, they come to life and attack you.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that, what just happened, but... I mean, we could add the mod where every block is sentient.
I mean, that's what just happened. It got sentient and attacked me, and then when I defeated it, he dropped the ore.
Yeah, but, like, we could make it so that every block is sentient. That instead of mining, you have to fight everything?
What's it called?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's more of a joke mod thing, like someone doing it for a funny video, so they make like these little mods for themselves. And one of them was a guy who was like, he's like, I made every block in Minecraft alive, and every single, like every grass block, everything just moves on its own, or it can. And he's like, including crafting. He's like, you go ahead and you break a thing into planks. The planks are alive. You when you craft a pickaxe out of sticks, it all is like still. And if you throw it on the ground, it runs away. Like all sorts of things. He's like a furnace. You can craft a furnace, but when you use it, it screams. It's just a ridiculous looking thing, but yeah, he made every block and just come alive. So instead of like mining, he has to sit there and fight. You have to fight them all.
Reminds me of like a funny story. It was a picture of a gingerbread man sitting in a gingerbread house. What the heck? Dude, leave me alone. And basically, it's funny because he's like...
Am I made of house or am I made of flat?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. The ginger man screams because he is not sure whether the house is made of him or if he's made of house. So you're mining and all of the creatures are... Like, all of the things you're mining's come into life. And then you build a house. And then you're just sitting there in the same dilemma. Is a house made of me, or am I made of the house?
Well, heck, on that, I mean, how would you even build a house at that point? Every block's still sentient.
Yeah.
Talk about a hall of heads. Your whole house is heads.
Cool.
Oh.
Collect these. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Did you just see that? It just happened again.
I didn't. I'm walking inside.
That's okay.
I have my foot in my pocket.
I'm like down to half a health. Dude, you gotta be careful even just mining. Hey, what's up, Amarts? Thanks for the follow. I'm playing RealismCraft and I am getting caught off guard. Hey, Cool Cat, thanks for all the likes. Toxic, thanks again as well for all the likes. So, I am getting thrown for a loop here, where I'm literally like trying to mine ore, and then the ore blocks come to life and almost take me out. Crazy.
I'm gonna have to catch that next
Oh,
time.
you might, because I got a couple more ores here I'm going to try to mine. Let's see what happens. Okay, nothing. No fruit stand lately? No, I was at the fruit stand. Wednesdays and Fridays I'm off. If you're my friend from said fruit stand, and I haven't seen you in a bit, I hope you're doing all right. Just seeing you at work.
Fruit stand.
It's.
Are you a duck?
It's.
Do they sell grapes?
I'm sure you know what we mean by that too, don't you?
Hopefully. If they have lemonade, they must have grapes.
Yeah.
It only makes sense. Okay, finally. Alright, oh at last. Now what to do with my life here. Yeah. I really wish I didn't have breakfast today. That would have been a little bit easier. However, I also just got the reports for service on like Easter, and they're lucky they didn't use Sunday team people, because I almost was about to quit the whole team.
About to quit? What are you about to quit?
No, I was like, I'm just talking about practice. Yo, again, a sniper.
Yeah. Hit this creep. Creeping. Oh, okay. Can't do the full time anymore.
Oh, sorry. No, I got distracted. No, it's not that. We were talking about earlier, me and Jess, about the teams that are going into practice, waiting to see what the next schedule would come out for rotations and what's going to go on. And honestly, well, it's kind of hard to describe and kind of get through all the nitty drama. Not that there's like a ton of drama or anything, but it feels like the church has this like separation of like Sunday team people for the worship teams, and then there's Saturday, and we feel like whether it's intentional or not, it really gives off like, old boys club vibes. Like the Saturday team is just Saturday team, that's great, but the church team is like this particular, these particular few people that play Sunday. And like, actually there was one time like we lost a service because of an event night that the whole Sunday team played for the event, but then they also just had their own service the next day anyways, because then the next day was Sunday. And I remember being a little salty about that one a little bit, where I was like, okay, I get that there's an event, but why did I not see a single representation of nearly anybody from Saturday's teams? Why did I see like nobody that plays on Saturday up there on Saturday? Like, why do we get foregone for Sunday to come play for an event on Saturday, and then get their own service the next day as well? Like, what the hell? Anyways, there's some like back and forth with it, where it feels like it's like two different churches entirely at times. And I'm like, I'm not the only one here. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like the segregation of it. It feels like, even if it's not intentional, it is present, and I'm far from the only one that feels that way. So I was saying something about this Easter Saturday thing came up. They were like, we're gonna have some combo teams for Easter services, so don't be surprised if you're not like right on the rotation or anything like that for the time. But the following week we'll be going right back to regular rotations. So just kind of a FYI. I was like, okay, that whatever, so be it. I don't always see why we have to go ahead and make different changes for the little holidays, but okay, maybe they have a little something special planned and something, whatever. And I was talking to Jess, and I was like, I voiced things before, but it's a battle. I'm like, I don't want to keep fighting. And I said, I was like, if they go ahead and put a team together for Saturday for like the Easter service, and it either if it mostly comprises itself of like Sunday team members, well, shifting people from Saturday, I'm gonna quit. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that game where like they want to put their best foot forward. My mentality, I guess what I'm going is, my mentality is that they make a big deal of like, there's a lot of sayings of like, don't tell me what God can't do, and that's fair, except it feels like you're telling me exactly what God can't do. Like, I've heard, don't tell me what God can't do, and we've had workshops before about like, we're up there to sing praise and worship. We're not up there to like, we're all musicians, we've all played shows, but we're not there to like play a show. It's not like that. We're up there to worship and to lead. Okay, awesome. So with those two in mind, we're up there to worship and lead. Don't tell me what God can't do, right? Those are common things that I more than enough times. Cool. But what I'm getting from the impression is every single time that they don't or include people from Saturday, or they don't have or they swap an event around, or they basically do anything where they use the Sunday team as this primary team, or this combination for like events and stuff all the time, and they don't ever really waver from it. All I'm hearing is, you worry about the show, and you're telling me that if you used anybody but that, if you used the standardized team that we have for those days, that God can't work with that. That's how I'm hearing. So every time I see someone who's like, okay, well, we arranged it up, and then we have Brandon, we have these other people and whatever, and they're from Sunday, and they're going to be playing for this week. It's like, I hear that you want the show to be good. You want it to be, you care. You don't care that some people are up there worshiping hard. You care that the worship is good in quality, and you basically are telling me you care about the show. And by doing so and saying that you need to change the people, you're saying that the people that are available, whose rotation it already is, aren't good enough. Which means you're saying God can't use them to create an awesome day or of worship. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Like, so to me, I can't unsee that. And that's what's like got it backwards, is every time they do that, and they have done it, I'm like, man, maybe it's not in poor intentions. Maybe it is trying to, like, it really feels like there's some hypocrisy there.
Oh, there absolutely is hypocrisy there. That's not, like you said, it's how good of a singer you are to him doesn't matter as much as how passionate you are at singing.
Yep. Kings 3:15.
Yep. Yep.
There's a that's kind of what I was getting at. Is like, Jess isn't the strongest acoustic guitarist out there. She knows that. I mean, she's not bad, but she knows she's not like the strongest on there, not above like Greg or this guy Jesse and stuff. Like, that's fine. That's okay. but she plays well and she does it with heart. As far as I'm concerned, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Even when it's not. In fact, I think it's more impactful to have an imperfect set than to have a perfect set.
Yes.
And that's what I'm like. I don't understand. I mean, let me back up when I say this. I do understand. I don't agree with why they'll make changes like that for special things. Like for instance, like Easter falls technically on my rotation. Like we're playing this Sunday, so we're playing the 7th. It should be the 7th, the 21st, and then the 4th. Sunday's the 5th, but Easter's the 5th. So it would technically follow my rotation. And for the most part, the rotation list that came out is mostly most of us. But they took Jess off of acoustic, and they have Jesse, this kid Jesse, in, so he plays acoustic and he'll sing and lead a song with his wife. And that's fine. I don't mind Jesse. And they are Sunday people, or Saturday people. So, I'm glad they're, part of it. But I don't see why we need to. I don't want to say this disparaging towards Jesse exactly, but I don't see why we need to have Jesse for that. Like, I know it's Easter. I know it's a sort of a special time. Why do we need him? Keep him on his rotation. Let him do the week before. We don't always need, like it's great to have good people, and yeah, it's nice to go ahead and up the show. I'm not trying to downplay and just put crap out there, but what's the problem with that? Why can't Jesse just come saying, why is Jess off the rotation? Why did you remove Jess? So he can play acoustic? He also doesn't have to play acoustic. He could just play. He could just sing. That's why. If you want to include him as a singer.
Well, not just that. How's Jess supposed to get any better if she doesn't get any chances to actually do shows? Like, it's one thing to practice in your room. It's another thing to practice in front of people and play get experience in front of actually playing in front of people. If you keep taking that away from them, how are they supposed to get any better?
Well, I mean, she gets plenty of time, I guess. She's been playing guitar for years. I mean, she's been playing on the worship team for years. Not really. Exposure isn't much the issue. It's just she's not the strongest out there. Like, she's just trying to learn figure picking. I've tried to give her some pointers and point her in some directions, and she's trying to pick that up. I mean, it's not her God-given gift out the gate to play guitar. She made a choice to really want to learn how to play. So that wasn't ever since I was a kid, I loved music and I always playing it. No, like she wanted to learn it to be, part of something. So I respect it, and she plays fine. She has no problems. Sometimes her strum pattern slips a little bit. Again, she can't finger pick, but that's kind of about it. I mean, she doesn't know complex chords, and she can't play a beat. I give her crap about that all the time. I told her, you just need to do it. And she's like, but I can't. So I'll do something that's easier. And I was like, don't avoid it. Do your bar chords. Learn how to bar a chord. Anyways, she plays fine. I mean, there's no, as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason. It's not like she's a terrible guitar player and there's a good reason to take her off. She plays well, and as far as I'm concerned, if she's good for any service, then she's good for any service. Why is one random weekend any different than Easter? And why does Jesse need to play acoustic for it? And if you're gonna put him on acoustic and bar him from one thing, why don't you put her, on, another rotation? They just took her off, and I mean, she's fine with it, I guess, and it's not that big of a deal, I suppose. But it is a subtle, I'm sure there's reasons, and they're trying to make the experience at its best. I understand trying to make the experience the best experience for newcomers and those who are trying to bring family and friends for at least Easter. I get it. But and they want another leader. Like having Jesse there as another leader, another person to point is not bad. I have no problem with Jesse jumping in. But like, why take her off acoustic and switch some stuff up? And then I'm shifted to another weekend as well. Like, I mean, I'm also playing that week. I just ended up having to take another rotation, so I'm getting an extra rotation. I'm gonna play every weekend from here to Easter. And I'm like, okay, cool, dog, whatever. I mean, that's all fine. But sometimes they just make some weird decisions, and I understand them, but I don't always agree with them. So in my mind, I'm just like, Easter should just fall on our rotation. That's it. It's our rotation. It's Easter. Let's play. If Easter fell on the other rotation, I would rather that rotation. And I know that what probably would have happened is they would have gone ahead and put me on for an Easter anyways to play, to like have the best experience. You know, so they didn't have to like pull over Brandon or whatever to fill that same spot, or have Jesse on the drums or something for that weekend. I don't know, whatever the reasons are. But I genuinely still think that I would actually still want to go see the same. I'd still want to see the same team I've been expecting for an Easter. Like I want to see the people who are weakest do the worship, I guess. I don't know how to put that. I don't know how to say that in a way that doesn't almost sound offensive. But those, if there's a weak team, if there exists a weak team, and there's an opportunity for that team, I still want to see that team. I don't know. It doesn't need to be perfect. And the only message I hear is, you know, when they do anything but anything else, is like, you're basically telling me what God can't do. You're telling me through these actions that God can't use these people to bring great worship.
Well,
and that is a faith.
Here's another thing too.
Thing.
Wasn't there somebody, like, I'm trying to remember exactly the words that Jesus, but wasn't there like someone who questioned him and says, why do you spend time or with the people who the people like the lowest of the people, and not spend time with those who are like that are doing well? It's like, because the people who are doing well don't need me. It's the people who are, you know, at their worst that need me.
The Pharisees asked, you know, the Pharisees asking about the company. He, you know, he's like, you know, like, look at you eat with sinners. If you only knew, if you only like, and basically it was the Pharisees knocking Jesus. Like, if he were the Messiah, they were like, you know, look at you who eat with sinners. Like, how are you our Messiah when, you know, look at the company you keep? Because at the time, nobility, the righteousness and everything, the way it was looked at was like, you know, stature. It was all about like
posturing,
you know, fasting in public and making a whole display about it.
Yeah, it was all like, posturing.
Oh, those who, yeah, and so like, and just like, okay, well, the healthy don't need a physician isn't for the healthy, it's for the sick.
Yep.
And
so,
you know,
going back to what you were saying, it's like the people who are like passionate about it, you know, the people who are like you're saying, that may not be the best at what they do, but they're just as passionate and as you know, not sincere, but as earnest with it as anyone else. Like, skill should not determine how good of a worshiper someone is. And I think that's really the root of what you're trying to say. And it upsets you because
what I'm getting at. It doesn't matter your skill level. I mean, yeah, I understand there's people that are meant for things, and maybe some people are not. And if you want to like get into the worship team, maybe you're not going to get put on some of the rotations right away because you have some stuff to work on. And we do want to sometimes put our aces in our places. I understand wanting to go ahead and put sometimes the best forward in some ways, to some degree. But on whole, when a team works and have been working, and you can say is pretty acceptable for a service, Again, it's not like Jess started playing guitar like last week or something like that. And it's not just learning a G chord. Like she's been playing for years, and she's been invited to a few things. Anyways, what I'm getting at is like it should not ever matter, as far as I'm concerned, the play level. It should always matter about just representing and giving people a chance to go up and worship God.
Yes.
You know, to like go up there and represent the church as they know it. Because every time I go to an event, every time, it's always the same worship team, and it has never, long ago, when I had attended there, in my younger years, I was sort of the lead worship drummer. Modern day, now we have different campuses, we have different service times and stuff like that. We have a lot more people. I am no longer like what I consider, the lead worship drummer. At the time, I was way back in the day, but that's not the case anymore. But that every event, every time there's like a thing in Salisbury, for Beach Day or Summer Bash, and we're doing an all-campus event. It's always basically the same worship teams. I mean, yes, some people change a little bit. Sometimes it's this one kid, Gavin. One time it's Brandon on drums. Sometimes Greg is always there. Sometimes Nick plays. Sometimes he doesn't. Usually Jesse's up there. Sometimes he sings or does a rap. Sometimes he's playing acoustic. Like there's a little bit of changes here and there. But for the most part, it's always the same four people. And I'm always like, I've never been invited. I rarely, other than Jesse, who's a transplant, who was asked, he was asked to start attending Saturdays to like fill a space. He didn't just start choosing to be Saturday, which is fine, but with his exception, I rarely see anybody from Saturday represented. And it's also not the important thing. It's not about what's the word? I keep wanting to say envy, not the vanity of like, oh, I would like to be up there. I've even said like, I personally will decline every request to ever be gone if they ask. If they asked, not that like I'd like to play for some of the events. I'm not always available, but I'm never asked. And even I would sooner say no to every single one for other people to go ahead and be seen doing it. Like if I'd like to see the entire Saturday team without me, go do it. If that were the case, I don't care. It's not for my sake. But I would like to see the representation from other members on the church to represent the church. Because right now it feels like there's the Sunday team, and every time we have an event, it's like, oh, we're one big church family. I'm like, no, we're not. I mean, I know we're supposed to be, but it feels like every campus is its own little church. Every big event, everybody stays together in their little groups. Every time we have anything, everyone stays together in little groups. And every time we have these bigger events, there's just these people representing. And that's fine. That's cool. They play really well. But that's Sunday. Nobody ever gets to play for anything else except for Sunday's team. And like, what the hell, dude? Like Sunday isn't the golden force. Like literally ask other people. It's not it's just a matter of giving other people the opportunity to worship in that way. I don't throw my hands up and in the air and my method is best done through play. I worship the hardest by playing my instrument. It's what I can do. Kings 3:15. just worth a look. So I guess what I'm saying, this whole long debauchery rounding back to like I was talking to Jessen, if they put Sunday people to fill in gap to play the Easter service for Saturday, I was gonna quit.
Like all together?
I was prepared. Yeah, no, completely. Because it's not, even if the intentions aren't. Here's the thing with the intentions of it. I don't think anybody means poorly there. I don't think anybody intends to. They're not. I don't think anyone's trying to do it, but rub anybody the wrong way or do anything intentionally. But what's that old saying? The path to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, the path to hell
The
is paved.
intentions-
Yep.
It doesn't matter the intentions. What matters is what that is happening. Whether they mean to or not, they have manifested in an environment where people are feeling weird and uncomfortable in some ways and feeling disregarded, myself being included in that. But if it were just me, that would be my thing. But I know as a fact it's not just me. I can name 5 people right off the bat that also share my feelings on the matter. Where when I said something yesterday to Jess, I was like, the way they choose arrangements and the way they do things and who they talk to about this and that is so, it's just, the communication is so poor and things are so out of the loop that they talk about how it's our church. Well, whenever we're there, it does not feel like our church. It feels like they don't run it like it doesn't feel like they're running our church. It feels like they're running their church. And as long as they're running their church, it's not our church. And if it's never our church, then it's not my church. Like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, I actually was saying once, I was like, once upon a time, it's funny how I have never, ever sat down, and all this time I've been back, I've never spoken at length for any amount of time with any other drummer in the entire place. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. One kid that does play never even accepted my friend request on Facebook. Not a big deal. Don't really care. Never really talked to him. Now, I mean, I know that's a little on me. I have to reach out and try to strike dialogue if I wanted to. I have chatted with Brandon for a minute. I know nothing of him. No thoughts have been run by me or anybody else as far as I understand. Maybe between like Gavin and Brandon and whoever. Not that there's like a ton of drummers, but like we're the only person that shares an instrument on that stage. Guitarists show up with their own guitar. Bassists have their own bass. Singers share microphones, but you have your own vocal cords. Nobody shares anything on that stage like the drummers do. We share the same kit. We're stuck with the same arrangements. And yet, I never hear about any discussion when there's a minor change, when there's a little change. I mean, not that I need to be talked to, and it's not like, hey, I need my approval too on stuff. I get it, but like, sometimes I've like showed up and someone is just the other week, somebody completely we have a new kit recently, and then someone kind of dialed it up a little bit, and then they were like, okay, but try not to touch the set. Well, like when we got the set, Greg sent a message. He's like, let's just try not to make any adjustments until we can get dialed in. And then I started to play. I was like, this is not dialed in. I mean, it's pretty close. It's not bad. I mean, Brandon's not a poor drummer. Neither is Gavin. They're all pretty good. He had things ballparked, but I was like, this isn't good. And I'm not going to listen to that. Don't touch any settings. I'm going to change what I feel is wrong. Like I'm going to, just as they would, as anyone would. I'm not going to I'm not going to adjust it. I'm not going to leave it out of whack because someone asked me to. I'm going to fix it to be accommodating for everybody. Not just the way I want it, but just so it makes a little sense. Didn't make any crazy changes, but I made a minor change, and that was fine. And I try to do that way. It's like I try not to make any crazy changes. One, because we do share the kit, but I also want it to be good for everybody. And I try to accept when people make little adjustments to, things here and there, a little bit. But the other day I came in, someone had completely changed the way they set up the kit. They like put one of the rack toms on the, down low to the floor, changed the position of the hi-hat, just basically did all this stuff. We have a P16, basically instead of wireless monitor packs, we have at least a hard line right to the drum kit, so I have a little control knobs next to me, so I can just like physically adjust volumes. I don't need an app to like adjust things. Someone put it to the right of the kit and then duct taped it to the floor. Duct taped one of the XLR cables to the floor to like run it and like tidy up the kit, and then turned the bass drum a little bit, duct taped that to the floor nice, and then like set up the kit a whole way. So when I walked in and I saw the whole thing like out of whack, I was like, oh, that's really cool. I ripped it apart. I put the rack tom back up with the rack toms. I set it back up like it was set up beforehand, because I don't like the way it was set up. They set it up like a unique preference, and I'm like, no, we're gonna, at the very least, we're gonna keep the kit. We're going to keep the kit. I will forcibly keep the kit in a standard kit setup because it's generic. Every drummer is used to it. It's just standard setup. Where crashes are supposed to be: ride, floor tom, 2 rack toms, snare, bass, standard formation. If we're running with it, we're running with it. I ripped up all the duct tape that was holding the XLR cables, the stand, because I put that. I personally keep the P16 to my left, so it moves. And I was like, somebody comes in here, they sit down, and they go, this is how I like it. And then they duct tape and they do stuff. And I think I have an idea of who it is, but they set it down like, this is the way I like it. And then that's just how they like tidy it up and duct tape it so it's all nice and neat. And then it's like, okay, cool. You're not the only one who uses it. So it's not going to stay that way. Like you can't.
That's just them being self-centered. You know, like, my way is the only way that matters. F everyone else. I'm like, dude, really?
I think it's more like there's one person who's sitting down. They have their just like me. Like if someone were like, I need help setting up a kit, and the only way I can help is I would set up the kit the best way I find it to be comfortable and make sense, and I'd teach it that way. But that doesn't mean that my way is perfect. My way is my way. This is the height I sit at. This is the length of my legs. This is the way how things are positioned. This is what feels good. And there's some little minor adjustments, but people play a lot of different ways, and I understand. Like that's why I don't really change a whole lot. Sometimes I come in and the cymbals are raised a little higher. Oh well, whatever. I leave them. Sometimes they're a little higher, sometimes they're a little lower. Sometimes the ride is tilted in a little bit more. Sometimes it's standing up right a little bit more. Sometimes I make the adjustments myself to like be a little bit more comfortable for me if they're too far. Otherwise, I just leave it, because for the most part, yeah, we're all gonna have a little bit of tweaking, and that's okay. But that's kind of like the point. We're like a little bit of tweaking. Like we all share this, so we all gotta be a little bit comfortable. So that's why I'm like, okay, standard formation, standard patch. I remember at one point on the old kit, I had a rim click thing I added to one of the tom rims for one of the songs, so we could have a clapping bit, and it was basically unused. So I added the thing to it, and that was fine until like it wasn't being used. Nobody was using it. It was unprogrammed. So I added a click onto it for a particular type of song, and it was good, and it sounds good, and it works. And then like weeks go by, and then I'm sitting down again, and someone changed it to something else, and I was like, okay, that sounds awful, and it's not a click, and that's terrible, and that's not, we don't need that. And why is the click gone? We need something for like that rim shot. Some songs have a little rim shot. We need a rim shot. We didn't have a rim shot. I added a rim shot. What the hell? So I changed it back, and then someone had changed it again, and then I was just like, okay, come on, guys. Do you just change stuff because someone touched something and you're like, well, I'll touch something? Like, like, I'm trying to help. I know other people are trying to help, but we don't talk. I guess what I'm trying to really get at is that in this whole time, I've never had a conversation with any other drummer. There's never been an arrangement There's been no open discussion. Nobody has run ideas past anybody. And I'm always like, that's cool. Is that ever going to be asked? Like, are we ever going to talk? Does anyone care?
Is this elephant in the room ever gonna get pointed out, or is it just gonna be taking up space and everyone pretend it's not there?
Yeah, yeah, basically. I mean, I'm I'm probably the most blunt of people because I don't have a lot of shame in the like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do because it's gonna like it makes sense what I'm doing when I do something. I'm making it make sense, and when I'm doing something, I'm trying to consider other people in the process. Where every other time I sit down, it feels like nobody fucking considers me, right? Nobody considers other. I feel. I mean, I could be a little wrong, but my perception, the way I feel, is that like every time, not just the drummers, but like some of the team dynamic too. But every time somebody does something, they're thinking of what they think is best, and that's kind of the end of the road. And when I'm trying to do something, it's because I'm trying to think of what I can work with that is okay with me, but can be okay with other people too. You know, like I want the P16 to have a longer cable so that people don't trip over it. And yet people still refuse to get me a longer cable. It's been mentioned. I've helped set up the thing. Greg is like, oh, we'll get a longer cable for it. Still hasn't got a longer cable for the fucking P16. Their solution was move it to the right side of the drum kit and tape it down so people don't trip on it. No, I need that to my left side. Other people like it on the right. I get it. That's fine. Not me. When I need to adjust a volume while I'm playing, I can only play one-handed with my right hand. My left hand, I can free my left hand up to do stuff while my right hand plays, which means I need it to be on my left side for me to do things. So every time, instead of going ahead and getting a cable to fix the situation, to go, oh, well, you know, this is a tripping hazard. Let's just get a longer cable, and then it's good for everybody. That would be the solution. The solution is often, let's move it to the right side and let's tape it down to encourage people not to move it. Some people will walk up and be like, oh, why is this like this? Oh, better not mess with it. People are afraid to like touch and mess with stuff. Sometimes I think I make people a little uncomfortable and nervous when I just go up and I don't like it. I'm ripping this up. Like, oh well, hold on, maybe I'll talk to Greg about. I'm not talking to Greg. I'm not even messaging him right now. I'm changing it right now. Like, like I've gone in there and I looked at the kit one day, and because of it, someone having set it up all differently, they're like, yeah, I think Nick gave me a warning. He's like, yeah, Nick's kit's a little different today. And I walked in and I was like, oh, that's just not going to do. They're like, oh, well, I don't know if anybody set it up a certain way. And I'm like, if they did, they're wrong. They're wrong for doing so. So I tore it down and I put it back up the way it was supposed to be, how it has always been. And I think I make people a little nervous sometimes when I just do. And I'm like, I don't care. Oh, the iPad's not working, so we're going to try to use a laptop. Well, I really like the iPad, and the iPad was working well. And if the dongle's gone, I'm going to get a new one. Oh, but they're talking about transitioning to another thing or trying to do something else. Well, this is garbage. That was working, and I'm going to set it up. So like, I don't know. I don't like change. Autistically, I don't like change. I'm very resistant to breaking stuff that works. But there's a lot of people that get clever ideas and try to do things, and I'm like, nah, dog.
I've gotten to this point and came to this conclusion because I've done trial and error to the point where it's almost like obsessive. So if you think you could do better, unless you could spend the same amount of time that I did and actually come up with a different solution, chances are I've already thought of it. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. I just got to put Angelina to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like
Um,
it's frustrating because like you said, it's sometimes some people just need to learn on their own. And again, sometimes as well, benefit of the doubt, there could have been that 1% of the time where there's just something that eluded you and you're like, okay, not that you're shutting them down right away, it's just that if this is gonna work, you gotta show me that it works. And not just be like, nah, trust me, bro. No, show me. Show me so I know that if I'm gonna break down everything I've done and basically throw away all the work I've put into this, that it's actually worth it and not have to revert back and then waste even more time to put things the way I had it before when it was working.
yeah, a little bit like that. Like I know what I'm saying sounds very like, you know, like if I don't see things my way, I'm gonna put it my way. So you know, almost like why shouldn't anyone else be able to sort of do the same? But it's not quite even what I mean. Like there is a I guess I don't know how to put it. Like if I'm trying to make a change to something, it's really just a reversion. I'm just setting it up to be adjustable for everybody. Like for example, and drives me wild. This is an every week thing. It's kind of just on. I've kind of stopped caring as much about it because I expect to do it every single week, but it still drives me wild. Somebody out there, some drummer that uses that kit, they adjust something wrong, and they built such a habit of adjusting it wrong that at this point I'm like, okay, first off, it's never gonna stay this way because it's wrong. Like you should, as a drummer, you should know your hardware, and you're doing this wrong. But every week they adjust it back, and every week I just adjust it back myself. I mean, it's just a cat and mouse game.
At this point, it's a matter of like one of us is gonna break, and it's sure at hell ain't gonna be me.
Yeah, a little bit. Like it's just to see. It's the stupidest little thing. It really is the stupidest little thing. But it's the seat. Now on the underside of the throne, there are two nuts. One of them is a standard 6-sided tie down, and one is a wing nut. Now, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to tighten down. You're supposed to loosen the whole thing up. You tighten down the 6-sided nut down nice and tight, and then you adjust the tension with the wing nut because, well, you can turn that by hand. You're supposed to be like, the wing nut is intentionally supposed to be turnable by hand. That's what you make your adjustment. Every single week, somebody loosens the 6-sided nut and tightens the shit out of the wing nut. And I'm always like, what the hell, dog? Like, what? Like, why? Like, why are you reversing? I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it also means that you can't just like reach down and like really tighten it up. Once you find your position, you can't just reach down and like tighten it up, because I mean, you can only hand tighten a 6-sided nut so comfortably before your fingers are just slip. Like, and I'm not just gonna pull a wrench out every time to twist it down. Like, it's the dumbest thing. So it naturally will always keep coming on like loose. And so every week one of the things I do when I sit down is I pick the chair up, I adjust it to my height, because whatever, we at least have to adjust it to our height. That's not a big deal. That's gonna change every time. I adjust it to my height, and I tighten down that 6-sided nut, and then I adjust my position, find my spot, and then, you know, reach underneath and tighten the wing nut so that it's where I want, you know, it's how I want it to be. And the throne's gonna get a lot of adjustments all the time, so that's not like ever a big deal. I don't really give a crap about that much, but it's like the stupidest little thing where I'm like, that's not how you use that. You incorrectly are using this this is backwards. This doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not leaving it. So I'm gonna do it every time. So when other people seem to do things, they do things for what makes sense for them. But when I say what makes sense for them, not for us, everyone seems to do what makes sense for them. And okay, that's fine, except for this is not us individual kind of situation. This is a worship team. This is a stage for worship. This specifically the drum kit is a shared piece of equipment we all are going to use to do it. We literally should all be thinking about all of us. Everything I have ever done has been in consideration of like all of us. I don't tape the. Maybe I should. Maybe I should go ahead and configure it the way I want, and then put a bunch of like stand locks all the way around to make it really difficult to change the position. Maybe I should go ahead and put the P16 to my left and then duct tape it to the floor to send the same message. But I don't. I leave the P16 free floating. I return it behind the stage every time. Every time well, not every time. When I'm done using it, it stays where it is until like I'm done serving. Like the way I set it up today, it should stay that way until I use it on Saturday. But when it's done, like the stands can be moved. The things can things can be shifted and moved. I don't know, man. Like that, I have a problem with people just thinking of themselves and not the bigger picture. And the entire thing, from like the way the drummers, that I share the space with, we've never talked about anything, and everybody else seems to want to just do what works for them. And then when you look at the leadership, it's like the same with the service and the who's playing on the week. The organization of the team as a whole seems to be what people prefer and what they think works for them. And the whole time I'm just like, in every aspect of it, I'm like, guys, none of this is for anybody else but God. What is going on? Why are you literally not thinking? Why is nobody thinking about other people? People are just like shifting people to like new rotations. Like, okay, well, Shirley's now on this other rotation. Like, did you ask Shirley? Did anybody ask Shirley if she was up for doing that? No. You just
unilaterally did it and said, here you go, deal with it.
Yeah, she was actually quite upset. She was a little uncomfortable with the shift. She accepted it, and she's on the other team rotation now. And they were like, oh, we wanted to do stuff like that. Sometimes that happens, and it's common for us to do that just to try to push people out of their boundaries. It's like, yeah, that's great, but you know what?
Doesn't make it right.
Yeah. My big thing was like, okay, but you're not someone's fucking parent either. If you want to push them out of the boundaries, you start that with a conversation with them. You go ahead, like, if you would like them to go to another thing, do you think it'd push their boundaries? You start that by talking to them and asking if it'd be okay that you swap them over to another rotation. If it'd be comfortable, okay for them. If that's something they're willing to do. You don't just like do it and not say anything, which kind of was like a miscommunication at the time a little bit. But for the most part, I'm like, again, the result doesn't matter what the intent is. The results are the results. She was caught off guard. She wasn't expecting it. She was a little upset. I was upset on her behalf because no one talked to her. Two other people that have been on rotations were effectively kicked off rotations and told that they will serve, that they're still going to have them serve like once a month, but they're going to pull them back. And I was like, why? Why are you going to take one acoustic guitarist off a rotation who wants to serve, make him a once a month situation, to bring somebody else that you like into the fold to play exactly that instrument thing already? Like, I mean, I know you want new and more people, but this wasn't a new and more person. This was literally Jesse. He's one of the leaders. He has plenty to do. There's no reason for him. Oh, because we want to try to get him singing, and we don't want to have him on the drums as much. We want him like on a guitar. Why? He can play drums. Scott can play guitar. Why doesn't that just work? Why do you need to kick Scott off to put Jesse on acoustic that he was already doing just fine? Just to borrow somebody to fill in for the drums because that's just how you want it? Like, eat me.
Dude,
Like,
there's literally a term for that I'm pretty sure is a biblical term. You're stealing Peter to pay Paul or something like that, isn't it?
No, nothing I can think of.
Yeah, isn't that the saying? You're
Um,
stealing from Peter to pay Paul, or you're stealing from Paul to pay Peter.
I mean, that's just a saying.
Yeah, but
But
that's
yeah,
what
I mean,
they're
I
doing,
know what you're getting at.
right? They're taking
But
away the opportunity for someone else to do something, and then creating a deficit elsewhere that they then later have to fix, and then for what reason? No reason at all. Just because they want to. Why?
yeah, they say they want to like shift some leadership and like be able to have like Cindy on our team a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, you know, if you want to put Cindy on our team, take Rebecca off and put her on the other team. Instead of putting Shirley on the other team, why don't you put Rebecca on the other team? Not that I would I wouldn't mess with Rebecca as well, but her parents play on the other team. Go put her with her parents. Like, they get along, they talk to each other, they practice at home together. Put them on the other team. That just makes sense. Surely you would travel to practice and come to church with Jess. They're friends. Why split up the friends? Like, I mean, they that's the thing, is like, that's my point, is like, they never consider other people, really. They just do. Because when things are done, things just happen. If something happens on the drum kit, it just happens. If something happens on the team, it just happens. Nobody ever seems to get real. No one ever. There's no open, like, firm line of communication. There's no real meetings. We don't have events to coordinate any of this, and no one seems to care to ask anybody's perspective or feelings half the time. I mean, the people they care about asking are the ones that they already feel are like core parts of stuff. They ask like the Sunday team for opinions about stuff the Sunday team's gonna end up doing, not caring who the hell else it has to affect. So a huge part of me has obviously been a little bitter with all of this about this whole team. I haven't even really wanted to do the worship team in quite a while. I do it because in some ways it's like my tithe. That's kind of the way I look at it, is I don't go there to do it for people. I go there to do it for worship. It's, you know, even when it's frustrating, I remind myself that I'm not here doing it for the people in charge of it. I'm doing it to be of service to the Lord, and that's it. Like, that's to be an element that helps create an environment for people that are new in the door, and to sing my praise in a way. That's it, and that's the only reason I keep doing it. But I've been like fully prepared that the second they go ahead and they do some shifty stuff, I'm gonna quit, because the second that you go ahead and continue to make me or anybody else feel like we are not up to par to meet an event, if we're not good enough to play this event or this holiday, then clearly I'm not good enough to play any service, because every single service and every single day is as holy and special to the Lord as any other. So, you know, if I'm not good enough, that's fine, but I'm not good enough, I'm just not gonna play. Like, someone shifted me on some a rotation once, and we're like, oh, we just need to put you on these days, and I was like, okay, I can't do that. And they're like, oh, but we're kind of neat. I was like, yeah, I didn't agree. I wasn't asked. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna do that. I mean, you guys can do it saying, oh, we need this to happen. But if you're not gonna check with me, then I'm not gonna check with you. I'm just not gonna do it. And then you're still gonna have to figure it out. So it might be easier if you just check with people before you do stuff.
Well, we can continue this conversation. I want to continue this conversation. I do need to log off. So
yeah, that's a little sick.
Thanks everyone for chilling. As you can tell, we had nice conversations. I mean, some of them weren't really that nice. Let me rephrase that. We had some very deep conversations about different things. Got to find some diamonds. Angelina fell asleep. Yeah, no, just had a pretty interesting night. But appreciate you all sticking around and commenting and being there for our friends. And, you know, we'll be back here tomorrow. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. I'm Giuseppe. That was Johnny. Earlier today, you had Jinx and Angelina. And we'll be back tomorrow for some more gaming. 8 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you all have a wonderful night.
Oof. I don't understand why my computer continues to uninstall Minecraft.